Nice. Not waiting too long. I feel like here it probably just makes sense to ban the three biggest cosmics. Hey, Black Hole, welcome. We need to make sure we answer Hercules this time. I don't want to do that again. I mean, it's only Monday, Triple H. We'll see. Unduped Magneto House of X to rank 2. I respect the gumption of it, at least. I'd love to get Domino or Ant-Man 2. I just feel like we need to prioritize those two because they're so good. Take care, TC. The Sigil Witch is an interesting pick. I respect that. I do need to put a Relic on Dust. Less so for this meta, where she's more of a defender, but for next one. I don't know what you're talking about, Triple H. Oh. I think it probably still matters. Um, Simply because, like, even in Battlegrounds, you're likely going special. What am I thinking? You're probably still going special 1, special 2 for damage. And that rotation feels a lot better with Sig 20. Hey, Jackie. Um, I don't know. Archangel is still generically powerful, but has definitely been a bit less common. I think I'd lightly lean Sinister, but hey, truth. No idea, Zephyr. I've told you, I'm not a news person. Hey, Mumu. Thanks for that. So who are some of my most assigned champs for the hazard shift lanes? Yeah, Angela Odin works. I mean, the biggest thing to qualify my advice with is that in tier 1, there tends to be standardized planning, and so we don't have a single player on path 9. It's actually very rare for the same player to take both the first and the second half. Yeah, Jackie, Wolf is great. And so a lot of what I'm used to is someone who's good for one part or not the other, right? Like Kushala is decently common for Adam in that first spot, or Serpent, but like I wouldn't consider her that much of a hazard shift champion. We sometimes send Photon to the latter half because she's bleed immune and has the energy resist, but she would never be used for the first half, etc., etc. Absorbing Man works pretty well if you want somebody for both, as long as you have Eye Bomb or Eye Hulk. People do kind of try and plan around him, though, depending on where you are. Ghost obviously works. Nimrod comes up from time to time, although people kind of place around him too. Lady Deathstrike can be okay. That's a bit of a tricky one. Yeah, we've sent Shield with Hulk. Sometimes Spider-Man 2099 with Anti-Venom works if you just do the whole fight into block. There's a lot of characters that can work for Hazard Shift. I personally prefer not leaning too heavily on Valkyrie, but that also works. Rank 3 CMM. I think you have to be comfortable basically playing around how she carries things from fight to fight. Like, you have to be comfortable with how much power she starts with, how much you need to gain. Got to be comfortable with the heavies. It's not something I would recommend to everyone, but I think she's worthy. Yeah. Yeah, most paths are difficult to do straight through. It's one of the reasons that deaths tend to go down for good players that move from like tier 2 or 3 to tier 1, because you can generally find a better fit for whatever your tier 1 team is than tier 2 of the same path. The problem is, of course, that that requires centralized planning, and that is very difficult to do. It's going to be funny if this is another one of those people that bans Serpent, even though theirs is bigger than mine and Sig 200, but we'll see. Nope, that was the right move. Nice, Joey. Interesting interaction with Photon that I'll need to keep in mind. Was it by chance you parried the special 2 in pure light and then tried to combo into a special? Ah. Wait, why was she... How was she stunned if you were going for reversal? The reversal doesn't stun, so I'm a little confused there. I would love to have Domino, but I think I need Chavez. We'll see. Hey, Robbie, how's it going? I'm not remotely surprised. Hey, Babby. Okay, what do I want to do here? We have not really been seeing our best onslaught options. That's not great. We have no idea who they'll get next. I did not clock the void. I should have taken Black Cat. That's going to be terrible. I'm fine with them taking an attacker instead. I was gonna say, isn't that one of the fights Ronan can't do this meta? Jesus, y'all saw that lag, right? What in tarnation? This feels terrible. I think I probably need to restart my iPad. I'm glad I'm not doing a war fight here. That was a heavy. Jesus, these inputs. That fight was so painful. Well, the parry and the reversal are gonna be mutually exclusive. Oh, unless you know what happened, Joey, is probably that yeah, you she was probably already untouchable from the special 2 or something else, and you didn't have your vigilance. So she hit into you, triggering the reversal, but it missed her because of the vigilance. And then, out of confusion, because she was still attacking you, um, you parried. I think that's what makes sense with what you're telling me. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the reversal can miss. You have to. It can also be evaded. You have to watch out for that stuff. Make sure you have your vigilance up. No! Oh! Like, this wasn't going well anyway, but the fact that that one parry failed so badly because of the lag on the run still stunk. No, like, I am definitely feeling slow. I don't know if y'all saw it in the last fight, but there were, like, places where it slowed down to, like, 10 frames per second. That isn't just Domino. I was expecting to lose, but that was a little bit extra on top. And here, I think we just lose to Ronan. We'll see. When it happens to me, Arif, I just need to reboot the full device, not just the app. It does seem to work. Jesus, look at this. Yeah, that was too late. I felt that one. Jerk. That's okay. The good news is my fights are easier to look at. 1 second. Making a note. Okay, give me a sec. I'm gonna. What am I gonna do? Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me just restart entirely. Okay, wait for it to connect to the internet. And restart. All right. I have seen some reports of it. This is the first time that's happened to me all month, and I've been streaming too, which is normally a bit of a trigger for stuff like this. But glad it happened once, because like I said, that does mean that that should be helpful data at this point. Hey, Aris, how's it going? That was a full reboot of the app. I shut off my iPad, started it back up, closed other background apps, and then brought MCOC back up. So we'll see how that goes. We'll also see if my drafts go a bit better. But it is what it is. I honestly have not had lag in Alliance War, but, you know, knock on wood. Hmm. Well, good luck if so, Eris. I can leave the 5-star alone. Hey, Omega. I do have an ascended 5-star Ronin. I believe my 6-star is Sig 200 too. Maybe it's time to just pull that trigger and fight fire with fire. Hey, Vega, how's it going? Yeah, no way in heck is anyone leaving a Ronin that size on Band Omega. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, Easy, that it would be pretty trivial for me to get him to rank 4, so I might just do that. Ouch. That's unfortunate. I didn't leave myself room for the medium. Not gonna lie, wasn't expecting that fast. I guess they purified the glancing, and then it's home free. A little bit unfortunate on the exact timing of that, but obviously it worked for us, and we baited out Ronan successfully, so now we can throw down Dust and probably be okay. Kushala for Nick, Patriot for the other two. This should be fine. People keep doing this. Hey, Triple G. It's funny, Omega. Like, it's not the fastest. The extra armor breaks and the additional time with her Furies up does hurt, right? Like, that's not as quick as Mantis. Because that's not what he was designed to do, but, like, it's not like they're using Sunspot for Dust. Hey, Outline. Kind of been just bouncing up and down here a little bit. Okay, I think we can do one more. I don't really care for that name for Onslaught Himanshu, just a heads up. Outside this meta, though, that would be that would be very fast. I'd heard something about it being bugged, Sep, but I haven't had time to look into that. I'm not on bug fixing duty this month. Dang, Lime Juice. That is an incredible first pull. Congrats. Hmm. I'm not super sure who to go for next here. Maybe Kingpin? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, it would be. It's hard for me to imagine it going that quickly, Bora, because the special one just takes so much time. It's so difficult to hold on to. I don't know what I want here. It's so difficult to hold on to your furies properly, or your forms. And the harder it is to hold on to your forms, the less damage you have, the less likely you are to get vulnerabilities up. It just doesn't. It doesn't seem likely, is I think fair to say. Yeah, dude, he's a skill-intensive utility dual threat who's punching up as a 6-star. Of course he's slow. It's it's pretty inevitable at this point. Maybe I go Kushala over Prowler there. That might have been the wrong call. It probably should have been Kushala. It definitely should have been Kushala. Ah, instant regret setting in. Hey! Thank you for coming back, my child. Okay. Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean, Absorbing Man is good, and I also completely understand he responds well to recoil masteries, which, if I'm remembering correctly, Nick often runs. So that's not really a shock. But yeah. One of the other things to remember about Absorbing Man is that because he cares so much about his critical stats, um, because of the whole this is probably where I use him, right? Yes. Yes. Okay. Because of the whole his burst scale with 3 times his critical damage, punching up hurts him more than more champions, or than most champions. I don't know why I can't speak this morning. Because that big challenge rating gap hurts his damage more than most. So when he eventually does come out as a 7-star, I'm not going to say that he's going to instantly be a nuke because that was not what he was built as. But I do think that people will be surprised by how quick he is after getting used to him as a 6-star. My firstborn. Hey, Sim, how's it going? Who do I think is the best Mystic? It kind of depends on what your bar for it is, right? Like, I think for new players who are like picking 6-stars to rank up, I do think there's a really good argument still for Doom or Claire, right? For just breadth of utility and how incredibly broad their ability to counter things and stay alive is. When you get more into the end game, it kind of depends on your focus. If you're playing War a lot, I do still think Carl has a good argument for him. If you're balancing Battlegrounds and War more generally, then I think either Wolf or Chavez probably look the best right now. It's a strong class. It depends on what you need. Not so much at the moment, Dab, but that's the kind of thing that can change. The last couple cosmic tactics have locked him out pretty badly because he also hasn't been tactic, right? Interesting. I feel like this has to be Prowler, but I don't like it at all. Yeah. No, there's definitely a strong argument for Kushala. She doesn't really have the defense value that Chavez or Wolf do, which is the reason that I left her out. Oh, come on. Did I just miss her light attack? That's very rude. Okay, come on. No! No! I was dexing. Okay, well, this was a bit of a throw anyway. Yeah, Kushala is an incredible bullseye counter this meta. Maybe the best. That very much depends on who you're talking to, Dab. I'm not scared of Kushala, or I'm not scared of Chavez, so I understand why you say that, but like the game is wider than your experience, and Chavez is absolutely a relevant defender for most of it. Hey, William. I don't like jumping to that, William. That's everybody's favorite thing to say. It's usually not true. Yeah, like I get what Dab is saying, but the reason that Dab and I often come to different conclusions is that I do think his opinions are pretty focused on his experiences, which just aren't global. And like a lot of y'all who are arguing with him are outside what he normally deals in, so you guys are kind of talking past each other. And I'm not telling anyone to be quiet. I'm not telling anyone they're wrong. It's just remember that this game is very broad in terms of its player base. Hey, Shivy, how's it going, man? All right, I'm gonna have to call it there. Still in Gamma, but that's okay. I'll probably do a little bit more over the next 2 days, but I gotta run to work. So I will catch y'all later. Take care, everyone.